Hello, my lovelies. We're back. I know it's been forever. Sorry it took so long. Just haven't been having the time. Busy girl. So today I've decided we're going to start with talking portion, and then I'm going to end it with some chapter. Probably one, because if I remember last time when we looked, the chapter was long. So for those that don't want to listen to the chapter and haven't been like up to date with that, they don't have to scroll through, that they can know, and I'll say at the end, like, okay, I'm going to start the chapter now, so they know that they can end the video. I know, very considerate of me. This is mostly for Kyla, because I know she don't be listening to my reading, and she wants a new video, so this is mostly for her. And I know Dana wants to hear the book, so she'll know when to start it and what to look for. Maybe I'll even put in the comments when the book starts, so you can know, like, at that minute. But yeah, so that's the game plan for today. Not much has been happening, so nothing like exciting update wise, but just chit chatting. I got some stuff, so I'll show you guys. I'm wearing one of my Comforts. I'm waiting. So Comfort had this like tariff sale or whatever. I don't even know. But if you bought a set, it had to be a set. If you bought a set and you like bought it like at that time, and then like bought it to have it shipped to you 74 or 84 days later, it was half off. So I don't know how long ago I bought it, but I bought 2 sets. I bought, and like one, like they each like a month apart, so I'll get one like 2 months apart. I got 2 zip ups with sweatpants, like sets. So I'm so excited for those. One is like a different type of blue, and one is like a dusty rose. I'm so excited. I love it. I did my gel nails, but I've been picking at them, so I don't know if you could tell. You'll probably see the video that they're like not well done, but I kind of like the red. I'm kind of vibing with the red. I also got this like fidget ring a girl at work recommended that I kind of like. It's like 3-in-1, and it's not like a normal ring, and it looks nice, but like you play with it and it like has little rings to play with. But anyways, and it's like perfect size where it's like tight where it doesn't fall off, but it's not too tight that it's hard to get off. So let's see, my foot's really falling asleep today, so if I move around, mind your business. So I got some stuff from Influencer. I want to take a picture of this before to make a post, because you gotta like review it, so I'm gonna not take it out of the package because I got 2. So I got this mascara. I haven't tried it yet, so I'll let you guys know in another video how good it was. CoverGirl Lash Blast Bond Mascara. So they gave me a extreme black one, and then this one, if I remember correctly, is brown. Yeah, it's brown. I don't know how I feel about brown mascaras, since I have such dark brown hair that it just kind of like does nothing. If anything, it's just like to lengthen / volumize it. Nothing too exciting. I've been craving Snickers peanut butter squares, but can't find them anywhere. I also got this glitter from Glitter Puck. It's called Dopamine Sparkle. Should we try it out? And see if the camera picks it up. I feel like it's gonna make a mess. My cuppy? Thank you. Mm-hmm. Cuppy. I'll mix it. That powdered iced tea that I told you guys about. I love this cup. It's not mixing well today. Anyways, let's try this out. I can't really see well, so you guys will be my eyes. I haven't even tried this yet. I tried it in the store. It's so soft. Can you guys see it well? Because I can see it on my end, but I don't know like how it comes off for you guys. It's kind of like wet feeling on my eye. Okay, it feels wet. but it's obviously not. It's supposed to just be like a cute leg. Let's see if it's buildable. I'm gonna have to seriously wash my face after this. Let's see, I love inner corner. Anyways, ooh, I just got that on my sore. I don't know. I have a, so let's start off with, so I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow to see a cardiologist because of one of the many issues I've been experiencing since my surgery. But I've always had like a fast heart rate, so I don't know if this is like new or like exacerbated it. But anyways, I have it at 9 in the morning. My job starts at 8, so I have to obviously come in 2 hours late. So they're forcing me to take PTO, and it's my last 2 hours of PTO because they've been apparently accruing. So each month that you're there, you accrue 6 hours, and a full day of work is 8. So, yeah. And then we were informed that if you don't have any PTO left, you can't take days off. So they're basically trying to hold me hostage. I don't even want to talk about it because it's going to get me so mad, but just know there's some fuck shit going on. And if you never hear from me again or never see a video, just know I'm chained to the basement. Going away at the computer at such a important job. Trust me, there's no lives being changed at the job I'm doing. I got this e.l.f. lash extender mascara. I hate it. Usually I'm a big e.l.f. girly. Like, I literally probably have like a million of these. I just got this one jam session recently. But I just feel like it's not doing anything for me. This one is brown. I don't know why I have so many brown ones lately. But like it's the formula. I don't like it. Yeah, brown brun. That's what it's called. So I got glitter, the 2 mascaras. I also got this one I also got from an influencer. It's the Kiss the New Way to Lash Falscara, like lash extensions, but it's like little ones. It's not like a whole set, so you just put it, like, if you want, you could do the whole eye, or you could just do the outer corner. If I were to do it, I probably would just do the outer corner. I'm so bad at stuff like this. Anyways, I'm about to try. Look at my cute baby. Jade. Cool cat. She comes a little cat. Cool cat. We're gonna make it. Okay. Guys, don't judge me, okay? Okay, don't judge me. But, so I thought Labubus were like the ugliest, creepiest, demon-esque thing ever. And I was like, I don't understand why anybody would want them. Like, I saw them when they first came out on American Thing, and I was like, okay, ew, no, keep those away from me. And then I just kept seeing TikTok videos about them, and TikTok videos about them, TikTok videos about them. And then I don't know what, their demon powers worked, and out of nowhere, and I'm like, I want one. I will not be happy until I get one, and I was obsessed with them and getting one. Spoiler, I have not been able to get the one because they're impossible to get, but I'm still obsessed and I want one. I think they're the cutest. So their demon voodoo powers worked. So instead, I had the idea for me, my sisters, and Ariana to get these baby brats and make them into little keychains. So Bella's gonna make them into keychains. Bella bought a drill, and Bella's better at that stuff, so. But I got Jade. Look how fucking cute she is. Like, the details. Like, Bratz babies. Like, if you weren't the Bratz babies era, you just didn't get it. But, like, we had all these, me and my sisters. And I remember vividly getting them. But, back then, I didn't have Jade. I think I had Sasha and Chloe. And my sister had Yasmin. And my other sister also had Chloe. But, whatever. It doesn't matter. Showed you the ring. Bratz baby. Yeah, that's about it. Nothing else exciting. Oh, books. I got a bunch of books. I know most of you don't care, but I got some cool books. I am fiending for the new Bonds of Hercules, which is not going to come out for a while, but that's one of the books that I'm waiting to get on release. Updates. My day job has sucked as per usual, and it's just getting increasingly worse. But my therapy job's been going pretty good. I had a bad day. Obviously, I can't really get into it, but I had a hard day where, like, after hours, a client tried to contact me about them having a hard time, and I couldn't do anything because it's telehealth services, and it's just like I was like off the clock, and I'm not like on call, so it's not my responsibility, so I'm not allowed to, and I'm also under supervision of someone else's license, so like there's rules and restrictions, and it was just like a lot and really heavy, and it made me have like not a crisis of faith, because it had nothing to do with faith, but like a crisis of myself and like just like life and where I'm at, and it was hard to sit with, and it was hard to get through, but it made me really question if I was like right for this and if I wanted to do it. But it wound up going well. Like everything wound up being okay, and I saw the client like the next week, and everything went really well, and we had like a really good session, and we luckily didn't lose rapport, and they didn't think badly of me or anything, or like were mad at me because I couldn't help them at the time. And then I got a new client recently that's really cool, and I'm excited to work with, and I genuinely enjoy being a therapist. I just wish I could make money doing it. Like, that's what it all boils down to. Money fucking sucks. This weekend we're going to Medieval Times. That's exciting. I got an outfit. I'm not gonna show you because I don't feel like it, but just know I got an outfit for it. Like a specific like medievally looking outfit, but like not too cosplay where it's like I'm trying too hard to get it, or where it like looks like I worked there, but like cute where it's like time period but like cutesy. So that's exciting. I'm driving Avi, and it's in Jersey. On my period, and I hate it. And I'm like not hungry, but hungry all the same time. And all I want, I can't find. Maybe just Snickers peanut butter squares, which is redonkulous. But anyways, also shout out to Ange for putting me onto the menstrual disc, which I kept calling it a cup. And then when I looked up a cup, it was like this like longer thing. It's a disc. Life changing. It's weird to start using it first. And even sometimes when you use it for a while, it's hard to like get into the habit of like getting it out or getting it in. But it's not bad. And I think it's cleanlier, easier to use. You don't have to change it as much or worry about like toxic shock. You're not putting like fiberglass and cotton shit up your fucking, and you clean it. So just if you're curious or looking for new methods for your period, there you go. And it was like, it's like a one time. I wouldn't get the I would get the reusable, not disposable, and they're like $30. And I'm sure you can get them cheap on like, sorry to say, like Amazon or something. I think we got ours at like the grocery store or Walgreens or something. My mom got it for me. I'm really reading this really good series. Again, not that any of you care, but really good. But I have yet to get to really like read it and finish it because I'm so busy. After work, Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday's Wednesday, as soon as I was done working or taking a shower or what I was doing, straight to bed. Like, watch a few TikToks, obviously, because I can't sleep without watching it, but then straight to bed. Unheard of. But probably what my body needs, honestly, but it's not what I want. I want to read. I feel like I really want to show you close-up of my bookshelf because I worked so hard organizing it. But I know the last time I did that, I can't flip the camera, so it looked weird. But I feel like maybe after I record this video, I can record that and try to edit it in on iMovie. So when you're watching this, you might be seeing my bookshelf, or you might see me talking about my bookshelf, and then it cuts to me still talking, and you're like, she didn't do it, and she's a loser, and she doesn't know how to edit. And you would be right. You'd be right. What else? I ordered stuff from Shein, and it finally got here. It was, like, delayed for, like, a million years, and I honestly hated everything that came in. Like, every single piece of clothing. So I think I'm not gonna order there for a while. I still have to get some stuff, and now I still gotta get an outfit for Bad Bunny, and I don't know what to wear, and I don't know where to go to get it now, so that's annoying. Well, that's affordable, that I can at least afford to get. Who's blow drying their hair? So that's disappointing. I have no outfit still for Bad Bunny, and I was so excited because I thought the outfit would look cute, and then it just didn't. I'm also now going to see Halsey with my sisters. So I gotta find an outfit for that. We're going soon too. It's like June 1st or something at Jones Beach. My aunt got like $30 tickets or whatever, so they're like in the nosebleeds, but still gotta find an outfit for that. Boom chicka boom boom boom. My hair has been the worst. Don't even look at it. Don't even look at me. Don't even perceive me, honestly. My acne, don't even get me started. I also have a dermatology appointment tomorrow, and I'd be like, it's doing nothing. So it's worse. It's getting worse. So you can't see because of the lighting and the way it looks, but I have pimple patches on, and I have like, I put stuff on here, but it's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad, and I hate it. And I'm gonna be like, girl, what did you do? Nothing. So let's get going here. It's all down here. My mug. But I haven't been drinking really that much soda. Not because I don't want to. One, because we don't have any. And two, because I have no time to go get any. Like, sometimes I'll have it for lunch if I go out for lunch. But not, like, every day, definitely, and not a lot. So I think maybe that's also been contributing to my feelings of blah. Like, why her makeup slay like that? Like, why does she look so good? Also, the crop top with undies to it is top tier. Like, can't go wrong. Cause we're glorious. Baby, baby. When we first met. I know I got it right that time. I don't like it better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anna. But I just prefer my way. But sometimes I can do your way. Anyways, I'll show you one of the books I got recently because it's right here. Shield of Sparrows. Look at. Fucking gorgeous. Fear the monsters we make. Fitting. Guys, I didn't forget about the never lie thing. I haven't. I promise. I haven't. I'm gonna do it. Don't make a liar out of me. I'm not gonna give a timeline anymore because I don't know what the future holds. Because last weekend, oh my god, I can't even open it up because it's on my phone. But last weekend, my calendar app looks crazy because every fucking weekend is booked. And it's just that, like, I literally had to text all my friends and be like, hey, like, my weekends are, like, booking up. So, like, we need to schedule time to see each other because then I don't know when I'll be able to see you. Because last weekend, my sister's graduation. She graduated with her master's in chemistry. Yeah, we know. She's fucking smart. This weekend, Ariana's coming. And Angel's friend. and we're going to meet over times and just hang out. So, booked and busy. And plus I have a million fucking doctor's appointments tomorrow. Then, the weekend after that... What's the weekend after that? I have... Oh, Jackie's baby shower. And something else. I don't know. Something else. I mean, the weekend after that I have something else. And then after that... Oh, and then I have the concert. And then... Wow, the concert's like... Immediately. And then... I don't remember what I have the weekend after that, but I have something. Then I have... Either the boxing or the bull riding. I'm not sure. I think the boxing. And then there's a weekend in June I'm doing nothing. So maybe I could just finally rot. But my point is a lot going on. A lot of plans. So I don't even have free time on my weekends to just rot and chill and relax. And if I do, I spend most of it playing Dreamlight Valley and reading. And scrolling on TikTok for so long to the point where I feel like I get nothing done. But, yeah. Been picking at my nails a lot. Nervous thing. So I've been painting them, like, back and forth a million fucking times. Mini peanut butter cups. I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. And I don't know what my favorite color is anymore. Or, like, currently. Because, like, it really depends on my vibe and what it is and what I'm feeling. Because I really love pale yellow. I think I like pastels. I think that's my vibe right now. It's anything pastel. So, like, lavender, this kind of blue, baby pink, light, like, pale yellow, sage green. I think that's my vibe. Like, any those, well, those specific, I think, what were that, 5 colors? I don't know. I was really thinking about it. And I don't know. So. Oh, I also got this. NYX the face glue setting spray. What?
I think I did develop an allergy because that's it. Look.
Well, I don't see anything.
You don't see that red?
No.
That red line right there.
I see a red line, yeah.
And then there's that red one.
But if you were, the whole thing would.
And then up here too.
Okay, so you're allergic to it. What do you want me to do about it?
No, but if you notice, is it like similar stuff in like these bandages that have like sticky things that maybe like...
The adhesive.
Because it happened with my back, remember?
Yes, probably adhesive.
What are you reading?
The Secretly Yours book.
Is that good?
I'm recording.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to that. I was reading that.
I'm like that much there. These chapters are fucking. I'm reading it to them.
Huh.
These chapters are. Look how long this chapter is.
The chapters in the books I'm reading are 40 pages each.
Yeah, but imagine first of all reading this out loud. Look how many pages.
I read a section to Shannon today.
You read it to her?
Yeah. Talking about how deep the penis goes into her vagina.
Look how fucking long this is. For one chapter.
For a small book, that is pretty big.
That's fucking huge.
But
and
for a book this big, that is big.
And to read out loud?
Yeah.
Dude.
But for the book I'm reading, it makes sense because it's 500
I'd
pages.
I'd be choking. Baby. You're my
so
best
I
friend.
think that's crazy, right?
Yeah, what do you want me to do about it?
But that has to be a new thing.
Call the National Guard.
That has to be a new thing because it's only... That's never happened to me before.
Would you like to sit and join the podcast?
I'll show her my arm.
No. Oh, scared me.
It's hard to show.
I can't see.
But I get like red thingies. Also, I don't have tuberculosis.
Good. You want to pull up a chair? What do you want? What are we discussing?
I'm reading The Fourth Wing. It is very good.
She literally just found out what a shadow daddy is, and she called herself a reader.
I don't read that type of fantasy. I read like Games of Thrones and like...
Yeah, but you're on TikTok.
I don't have book talk. I have Sebastian Stan talk
You're a loser for that.
and movie talk. So I get all like the foreign movies. Which do not watch. Bad influence. Horrible, actually.
¿Cómo se dice influence? Influenza?
Mala influencia.
Well, technically wouldn't be influencia mal.
No. Mala influencia.
Not mala.
Yeah, because it's a bad influence.
Bad influenza.
Let me search it up. I know, I took Spanish for 6 years.
Yeah, it's really showing.
Translate.
Mm-hmm.
Don't show me in fast.
Guys, I literally proved what I was talking about the other day. I think it was today.
Yeah, I'm right.
Mala influencia.
I am.
Also, Google Translate is not to be trusted.
But it was right for my prediction because I took Spanish. I got a 98 on my final the other day.
Well, I can talk about getting on El Avión, so.
Feliz cumpleaños.
El Vieja?
What were you saying?
Los
About me before the other day?
Maletas.
You were talking about me on here?
No, not in here. At work.
To who?
To my coworkers about how you're a Sour Patch Kid.
How am I so patient?
What the hell?
I'm saying bullying
You're
me at
sour,
work.
sweet, and then gone. I'm not bullying you at work. I'm just talking about you.
I have mental illnesses. That's bullying. I was diagnosed.
Go away. If you're not going to be a part of the
I have
podcast.
therapy tomorrow.
If you're not going to be a part of the
What should I
podcast, get
talk to her
out.
about?
Mom, you want to join the podcast?
I need my pliers to cut this off.
Okay.
Why? I took a day off.
What,
for
Mom?
you.
Looking for a missing kid.
What
Who?
kid?
She's a pianist. Fucking amazing.
It's a penis.
What are you talking about?
Every time I see these, I think of the movie Aquamarine, which came out in 2005, 2000, March 3rd, 2006, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I still want to know what Mom's talking about, a missing pianist. Mom, what kid are you talking about?
I don't know, she's probably watching a show.
She just randomly drops something, says something, and then
Yeah.
leaves.
I was right, because I'm always right, and I'm perfect. It is March 3rd, 2006.
Dude,
Aquamarine
nobody
came
was
out.
debating you or saying otherwise.
Well, I know lore. Basically, in the movie, if you've never seen it, I'll tell you. She has these... I lost it.
Don't lose
She has
them.
these starfish earrings that are real starfish that she makes her friend that is scared of water be near the water to help the other friend get them. And they talk to her and give her compliments, and they're very, like, sassy. And I always wanted them, but my mom said I can't go into the deep side to get starfish to eat my ears.
Because that's not a real thing, dude. It's called fiction.
Well, no, when I was little, I didn't know that.
Baby. When we
Don't
first
crack that,
met.
because I'm going to put part of your keychain. I'm going to cut that off and sand it.
I'm going to cut you off.
And then I'm going to drill her head open. That sounded sadistic, but I'm making her a Bratz baby keychain. And I bought a drill.
We already discussed this. I already told them that.
Oh.
You're behind. If you were part of the podcast, you would know. Either join the podcast or don't. You always make a guest appearance, but then don't want to actually be a part of it.
Because you have to pay for my time. Also, I really like the Domino's cheesy stuffed crust.
Why don't you get some marinara?
I ordered it. It didn't come.
You said you didn't.
Oh,
You're
well,
a
Shannon put it in the
liar.
cart. It didn't come. But I got... Let me tell you the deals I got. So, for $30, I got 2 pizzas.
You're just floating ahead.
I got 2 pizzas. I got what are those little, like, garlic bite things?
Parmesan bites.
I got the cinnamon twists and the cheesy bread for $30. What a deal.
What a deal.
Can I eat all of that? No, I had an allergic reaction. But I did it. And now my face is fully breaking out. My arms are puffy. But it was worth it because my best friend was happy. And Mommy was happy. Sam didn't say anything because she was mad about no sauce.
I also had one piece because I was doing a million things.
Girl, there's whole other foods in there. You eat. I didn't have a matcha this week. And I think I've been, like, ill because of it. Matcha.
I don't think that's why you're ill.
Because I ate dairy?
Sure.
Or because I'm mentally ill?
Baby.
'Cause, we work on that
You're
on
my
Friday,
best
every other
friend.
Fridays at 3 p.m.
How's that going?
It's going good. Tomorrow I'm gonna talk about, I don't know. I don't usually have a mindset unless I have an issue. Last time I complained, I don't remember what I complained about. It goes down my brain after I complain about it. I think complaining about how people that I know are friends are bitches sometimes.
Huh?
Like how my friends can be bitches sometimes.
Well, friends is a strong word for the people you choose to surround yourself with.
Same thing say navigate toxic individuals.
Navigate?
Yeah, like I find them.
You attract?
Yeah. It all started with my first best friend named Kendall in my dance class. I met her one time and I thought she was my best friend. I never met her again.
Hello, what are you even saying right now?
I'm rambling.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm also excited for medieval times, but I've never had tomato soup, so I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
What are you wearing?
I'm gonna wear, you know the outfit I wore for the pirate costume a few years ago at college?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear that dress, and I'm gonna wear like a corset with a little fairy on it.
You're a fairy.
Thank you. Okay. And I don't know what shoes, because all my shoes are like gothic, or give pirate
Yeah, I
vibe.
didn't even think of that. What shoes? I guess I could wear boots.
So I'm gonna see if Mom has like
I
flats.
don't know where my boots are.
Because I feel like flats would be the best.
I swear to God, if it's cold, I'm gonna
I'll
throw a
check the
fit.
temperature. Temperature.
She don't even got a butt.
Who? Me?
No, Jade.
I don't have it in. I have Mississippi.
Splits. Why do you have Mississippi?
Because when we went there.
Baby. my phone's
New
on.
Jersey. Ew, my phone doesn't want us in this area. Saturday is gonna be 63 cloudy. So don't trust too sunny. Basically, it's gonna be a little cold.
You're cold.
No, I'm not. I'm actually...
Maybe I should get fishnets or like stockings. I don't have any. I'm cold right now. I'm freezing.
Oh yeah, I'm iron deficient, so that doesn't help.
Oh my God, go away.
You asked me to sit down and talk.
You're not. First of all, you're not sitting down. You're not talking. You're just making random.
You know when you have that's me.
The zoomies.
Also, Mom keeps moving my period disc around, and she's like, "I'm not touching your dirty ass period disc," but then why does it keep moving around? I'm like, I'm trying to use it. Well, I can't use it anymore because you know when your hole gets a little small after the last few days, so I can't use it. But because I'm a virgin, so
Oh my God, Bella! Jesus Christ!
And then you hear me last name.
Fucking Virgin Mary over here.
I am. I've never been touched. Well, but I haven't.
You can't say that.
I've been touched, but I've never had sex.
Oh my God! My viewers don't need to know. Alright, don't need to know.
You get your coochie legs.
Bella!
Sorry.
God, what if actually one day this
Come
blows
in.
up and now everyone knows your fucking business?
I wouldn't care. If I can say it out loud, I can say it to anyone.
Also, you're gonna get me arrested.
First of all, I'm not underage.
Feels like it. Feels like it.
I'm
She's
20.
not. If this ever goes, she's not. Feels like it.
Bitch, if anybody asks me something, I'll tell them. Like, I'm an open book. Sometimes I fear my professors are scared of me because they'll ask me a question. I'll be like, yeah, this bitch in class did this. She smoked a weed before class, and they'll be like, fun. And I'll be
Not
like,
to
yeah.
be a snitch.
No, we were talking about weed.
Snitch. Snitch vibes.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with weed. If you like it, you like it. It gives me panic attacks.
At least you know.
Yeah, that's why I don't partake in the cannabis.
That's why I don't partake in the cannabis.
And alcohol, I tried it one time and almost died.
That's because you did 6 shots in 30 seconds back to back.
Yeah, and who won? Not me. I had alcohol poisoning.
You did not have alcohol.
Sam, I
poisoning.
died.
Fella, yeah, it's called hungover.
Yeah, I'm never doing that again. Do you have face lotion? My face is dry.
Bella.
What?
Ella.
Also, can we talk about how Angela's a fake bitch?
Umbrella.
I'll say it. Why won't she ever want to watch Twilight with me, but now she wants to watch Twilight?
Bella.
Bitch.
Angela watches these sometimes.
And I'll out her.
Actually, I'm such a liar. She probably doesn't watch these. I
Angela
send
does
them to
not watch
I send them
these.
to her, but she probably
I'm
don't
gonna
watch
tell you
them.
exactly who watches these. I don't know everybody that you talk to, but it's definitely Alyssa because Alyssa loves y'all. Ariana, this
I was
is
gonna
her-
say you didn't start with Ariana.
Let me finish. Ariana has a whole paragraph. Ariana is basically her number one viewer.
She
I think
actually
if there's
started
a fan
the channel.
page, Ariana is the fan page, and Ariana gets bonus content. And I feel like she has secret cameras in her house sometimes. But I love you. I love the dedication.
What's up?
Who else do you have friends? Morgan. I feel like she watches this sometimes, but she forgets.
Dana watches it.
Dana, I know watches it because Dana is a loyal viewer since I don't know. I was 8, probably. She's been viewing this household.
Why are you acting like we're on like a reality show and it's like cameras in the house?
First,
Bella, she's dropping everything.
First of all, why is my face so dry? Gotta stop using bar soap.
Bella,
I used the acne medicine in the day.
that's why your face is so dry.
Yeah, that's why the lady at the facial place told me I have a layer of dead skin.
Well, use exfoliating wash.
I don't know what that means.
You're like a guy. It's so bad.
A pretty guy?
At least you don't use 3-in-1, I guess.
No, ew.
I don't know, Bella. You're not that
Shannon
far
is
away
3
from
and 1,
it.
I'm pretty sure. Shannon's more like a guy than me.
That's my whole viewership.
I don't know. Probably Allie. How you doing, Allie?
I don't know if Allie watches them.
Probably doesn't.
No, she maybe when she's bored.
I don't know.
Kyla watches them.
Who's
But Kyla.
Kyle?
Kyla.
Oh.
But she doesn't watch the reading parts.
Shout out to Dana's brother, Richard.
We're talking about imaginary characters now.
Oh, no.
Alright, go. You're done. Now you're just being a goof.
Yeah, because I've been reading for 24 hours straight.
You were not reading for 24
I
hours
didn't
straight.
sleep.
Okay, you didn't go to bed, but you weren't reading for 24 hours straight.
We finished the end by watching a movie.
You guys did not read for 24 hours straight.
I did. We started at 5 o'clock yesterday and ended at 3 today. It was like 22 hours.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't even read for the last 2 hours.
Yeah, but I still did it more than I thought. Girl, I didn't even finish the 500-page book.
That's sad. In
What?
24 hours, you're not reading a 500-page book is absolutely
I get
so
distracted
wild.
easily. I think I have undiagnosed ADHD.
Oh my god, Bella.
No, but every 10 seconds, Shannon
You
has-
can't have the whole DSM. You cannot have it. You cannot have it.
I know, I'm just joking. But, no, every 10 seconds I get distracted and I would have to tell Shannon about what's happening in my book. And she's like, I've read the book. And I felt like, but you need to hear it from my point of view. And then I read her parts of the book. And then when I read, I don't read just the words. I picture everything happening in my head.
See, I have it where I cannot see the picture in my head.
No, I take longer because I'm daydreaming. I'm like, okay, so he's pinning her down.
Let's do a stretch. Oh, my legs. My period's kicking my ass. And my legs hurt.
It also doesn't help that I chugged an energy drink.
Bella, I told you not to.
Oh, my heart goes fast.
Let's do some stretches.
I have another one in the fridge.
Bella! This family does not do well with energy drinks. Also, they're just really not good for you. Like, they're quite literally just toxins.
My whole life is toxic.
Ugh. What child? Who are you talking about? If you're gonna scream, at least make sure we all know what you're talking about.
How much was this microphone? It looks fancy.
Like $20.
Oh, where you get it?
Hello. This one I think I got on Amazon. Look, you can do this. And now, in the right corner, we have Bella D'Antonio. You gotta come in like you're like gonna fight. Okay, no, you ruined it. That's why the other person's gonna win.
Yeah, I'm weak.
Well, that and because you're just not about it.
My mom
Bad
keeps telling me I
vibes.
need to grow muscles, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Bad vibes. Nobody wants to deal with bad vibes.
Let me tell them how my semester ended.
No, Bella.
Yeah.
I told you literally said you didn't want to.
Oh, I also just dyed my hair with some highlights. So basically, my semester, this is the best semester grade-wise ever. I got mostly A's. I did fabulous in Orgo. Bribe your teachers with chicken sandwiches. I'm joking. I did good. Pre-med major, difficult, tiring.
You chose it.
Yeah, but I'm doing good. I'm taking A&P in a week, which is anatomy and physiology. I'm excited because I love the anatomy. I'm gonna buy one of those coloring books to learn. I'm gonna annoy Sam about all of the ligaments and bones. She doesn't know that yet, but she will. When did you put makeup on?
You talking about my lips?
Yeah.
It's just lip oil.
Oh. Sam got me these nails. I did them. I have to keep them short because I bang everything in my hands. She's very boring. I bought a Juicy Couture tracksuit for only $50. They're normally $200 or less. I'm not paying $100 to $50 to $200 for a piece of fabric, but I gotta look bougie. So it's a real difficult issue.
The fact that I have to go to work tomorrow is criminal.
Yeah.
Criminal.
I don't know if Sam updates you in the life of me.
Yeah, that's all I do actually. I sit there and I just tell them about your life.
You should. It's great. But I'm possibly becoming an EMT. I don't know how that's gonna go. I hate people.
You also are super anxious, so don't
Yeah.
know how that's gonna work.
But I'll deal with it through internalized pain. I'm working on driving anxiety right now. I am now going in the 50 speed limits.
Bella, you talk and I literally just want to gouge my eyes out.
Well, I'm proud of myself. I'm going on the highways. Am I the slowest person on one?
Yeah,
Maybe.
you're the person that I want to literally rear end.
No. If I go the speed that I should be going.
Not
if-
from what you just said.
If I'm in the fast lane, then I'm
Life in
zooming.
the fast lane.
But I don't need to go in the fast lane because where I'm going is not that far.
Life in the fast lane.
We're seeing Halsey. I gotta find outfit now. Who I really want to see is Billie Eilish and Tate McRae, but I broke.
I want to see Thames and Ari Lennox.
Yeah, I also want to go to a Buffalo Bills game so bad, but they're $130. Like, I'm broke. Like, disrespect. So, like, I need a job, but everything for pre-med majors is fucking volunteer.
Get on
So
it.
shoot me in the face. I don't like that. That's gun violence.
All you need is
I'm growing my hair long again. I stress ball because I stress a lot. So I'm trying to make it healthy. I yap when I'm anxious. I don't know why I'm anxious right now, but I am.
anxious about what?
I don't know. Like,
Maybe because you haven't fucking slept.
I have not.
Maybe try that.
But I also have too much energy right now. So
So go run a mile. Go run on a treadmill.
I don't use that thing. It's dirty.
You're dirty.
They would need to properly clean it for me to be on it.
So go clean it.
No, it's dirty.
And if you cleaned it, it wouldn't be dirty.
Yeah, but I don't use it.
Gotcha.
How I lose weight is I eat what I'm allergic to, and then I lose weight by pooping.
You know how some people have a punchable face?
Yeah, I have one.
No, you have a smackable mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Annoying.
Thank you. Well, dairy allergies are real.
Nobody's saying they aren't real. There ain't no flat earthers here. Well, there might be. I don't know.
I don't know who watches your videos.
I don't know people like that.
If they do, they're being thoroughly entertained.
By me?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I just yap.
How many viewers do you have?
600.
Proud of you.
I don't
So
have
6?
600.
I know. It was being sarcastic.
Hey.
Get with it.
Hey. I purposely hide it so people can't find it.
So, let me talk about Reese's Pieces while she's doing whatever she's doing.
I'm cleaning my room.
I hate chocolate.
Actually, I'm putting my laundry.
So but I love peanut butter. So every time I get...
She's literally taking over my channel.
every time I get Reese's Pieces... These aren't mine. Every time I get Reese's
Don't act like
Pieces...
you don't eat Reese's Pieces.
I'm not finished!
Mom,
Every
she's
time I
lying
get
on my
Reese's...
channel.
I'm not lying!
She's lying.
I eat them. But I only eat the peanut butter. I take off the chocolate.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I freeze them and I
Guys,
pick
she's
it off.
lying. She's lying.
Unless
she's
if you get the
lying.
peanut butter ones.
Bella, you literally eat them.
Not like that. And you know I do that. I dissect it. I don't like chocolate.
Okay. You think you're so quirky for not liking chocolate.
Yeah.
Like, you're lame for that.
Oh, well, that's a bullying.
No, that's the truth. If you don't like chocolate, you're lame.
I have never liked
You
chocolate.
don't have taste.
Well,
Taste buds, y'all ain't got it. I keep losing fucking socks. Grandma's thing is eating my socks.
or maybe you're eating your socks.
You eat socks. Sock eater.
My digestion already sucks. I cannot afford it.
Bella's a sock eater.
No, that is a false
Yeah.
accusation.
I guess better than a cock eater.
Ew.
Ew, I am definitely not that.
Well, I don't know. The stories you were trying to tell before.
What stories?
Stories.
There's a difference between yourself getting eaten out and you eating someone else out.
Ah! Mom, don't ever say stuff like that. I don't want to hear her talk.
I'm bothered.
Entertainment over. I'm missing 4 socks. Like, how is that possible?
You guys are crazy Guggenheimers.
No.
Yep.
No. Guggens are not Heimers. Now I'm a little hot. It's a little toasty. Okay. For those of you that just want the update, this is where our time ends. I don't know if I might do the bookshelf, so it might be a little longer than what I see here, so I'm not gonna say time. But namaste. Thanks for showing up. Sorry you don't like me reading the book. I don't know what to tell you, but it's book time. For those of you that are just joining to read the book with me, hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being a loyal follower. As you know, we're on chapter 10. 10, we finally made it. Double digits. This is a long chapter, so bear with me. Take a second to recollect where you last remember where we are, because I do not. For those that just need a recap, we're reading Tessa Bailey's Secretly Yours. I haven't read Never Lie yet to do the explanation of the book. I am this weekend though going to write up a list of different types of videos I'm going to do and topic points, so I'm not just rambling and possibly giving you guys boring content, because my executive dysfunction has been bad lately, so my thoughts have been all over the place, so I have stuck up here. So, where are we in the world of Hallie and Juliet? Chapter 10. Have I ever showed you guys that it has little grapes for the chapters? Probably. We're about this much way in. So not technically half yet, but almost. If Hallie leaned just so to the right and stretched, she could see Julian through his office window, working diligently with his ticking stopwatch and rigid shoulders. The sky was clouded today, so the lamplight from the house spilled across the grass, highlighting the mist in the air. It was definitely getting ready to rain. She would absolutely get going. But she wouldn't have this view of Julian Voss and his cleft chin from home, so she risked the inclement weather by planting extra slowly, spreading the soil with slow-motion hands. Their eyes met through the glass, and she quickly looked away, pretending to be enthralled by the blooming stem of a snapdragon, while her belly continued to take one long skydive. Had he found the second, decidedly more coherent letter? She'd been working in the guest house garden for 2 days and they hadn't spoken, so she couldn't get a read. But he definitely hadn't written back. She checked, and that couldn't be a good sign, right? Okay, I remember now. Quick little recap. Last chapter, she wrote another letter, and he found it, and at first he thought it was his sister playing a prank, which is weird. And then he was like, oh, this couldn't possibly be Hallie, and then he didn't do really anything with the letter. Okay. Maybe he'd marched her letter directly to the police and asked them to handle it. Maybe they were forming a task force right now. Find and eliminate the rogue secret admirer before any more men were forced to read about feelings. Thunder rolled loudly overhead. Once again, their gazes danced towards each other through the mist-covered window, and he raised a very sharp eyebrow, as if to say, "Do you not have a weather app on your phone? Or eyeballs?" Finally, he lifted a phone to his ear. She assumed he had to take a call until her own phone started vibrating in her back pocket. "You're calling me? From inside?" He hummed, and the low sound was like a soft shock down her spine. "Shouldn't you be wearing a jacket? Or maybe calling it a day altogether, considering it's about to pour?" "I'm almost done. These lilacs just can't decide where they want to be." Julian's head fell back on his shoulders, eyes imploring the ceiling for sanity. "You know I can see you, right?" Despite Julian's frustrations, his lips tugged. "Maybe you could try something new and space out the flowers evenly?" "This just in, they want to be directly behind the daisies." His laugh was like the sizzle of water on a hot stove. There was something intimate about it, about the storm and his lamp-lit window. "Are you enjoying yourself?" "Maybe a little." She fell forward on hands and knees, securing the lilacs in place and patting the earth around the edges. "I don't mind working in the rain, actually. The one responsible thing I've done recently is buy a waterproof phone case. Did you know there's no dog slobber damage clause in the Apple contract?" "What? Girl, does she think that was funny?" The raindrops on the window didn't quite obscure the twitch of his lips. "If you need to get back to writing, we can hang up." "No," he answered as if involuntarily. "How is Cork doing these days?" Hallie paused and studied Julian. Was he really not going to take credit for buying 3 cases of his own family's wine? Well, that defeats the purpose. Why would he do that? Apparently not. He was frowning at the computer screen, no sign of the good deed visible in his expression. She skidded into Cork for the afternoon tasting, only to find that Julian had not only stopped in and had a glass of wine with a thoroughly charmed Lorna, but he dropped enough cash to pay this month's rent, as if she needed another reason to send him love letters, of which there would be only 2. 2 tops. Unless he answered, which he definitely didn't seem inclined to do. Maybe a third would nudge him? Court is doing slightly better than usual, actually. Lorna has more of a spring in her step the last couple of days, which is nice to see, she said breathily, her hands working the earth. I'm not sure why, though. She's been a very tight-lipped. Maybe she landed an investor. Either that or she's got a boyfriend. Okay. He studied her through the window, trying to either determine if she was joking or perhaps deduce whether or not she'd been more aware of his generosity. When she only kept her features schooled, he cleared his throat. "And this makes you happy? Lorna having more spring in her step?" Did he appear hopeful? Or was that her imagination? "Yes, it does." Apparently the topic was dismissed because he leaned forward to look up the sky and shifted in his chair. "There is going to be a downpour any second now, Hallie. Come inside," he said without thinking. "I don't want you cold." Her hands paused slightly at his deeper tone. She looked up, their eyes latched, and her oxygen grew scarce. Did he have any idea how his caring affected her? It was a glimpse at the man beneath. The man she'd always known was there, but who had been buried in his adulthood. Not so deep that she couldn't see it, couldn't wish to dig and wrap herself in his uniquely refined kindness. "Do I need to come out there and get you?" he prompted. Mother Nature sent thunderheads rolling across the sky above them, or maybe that turbulence was moving straight through her, reverberating in her bent knees and tightened tummy muscles. She was the human version of a plucked tuning fork, Bottom line, if she stood up right now,
Sorry to bother you.
her arousal
I'll show
might be
you.
visible. Very cute.
Right?
They look a little big for you.
I haven't tried them on yet.
What size did you get?
Medium. They didn't have a small.
The jacket looks fine. The pants look kind of big, though.
Yeah, but I have a big ass.
Okay. Where were we? She was the human version of a plucked tuning fork. Bottom line, if she stood up right now, her arousal might be visible. But she couldn't guarantee it. Who could hide this potent feeling? Better to stay crouched, maybe drown in a flash flood. Very well, he clipped, hanging up before she could, what? Tell him not to bother coming to collect her? Was she really going to pretend that she didn't want to go inside his house to wait out this romantic rainstorm? A screen door opened in the distance and her heart accelerated, beating even faster when Julian came into view. Just in time for the sky to make an ominous tearing sound and condensation to begin falling in a spiky deluge. Come on, he said, reaching down to take her hand, his warm palm sliding against hers, his fingers compressing around hers, leading to what felt like an electrical charge straight to her hormones. Leaving her tools to fall where they may, she allowed herself to be pulled along the front path and into the cool, dry interior of the house. Julian guided her into the kitchen and stopped, looking down at their joined hands, his thumb ever so slightly brushing over the pulse at the small of her wrist. Could he feel it pounding like... What? Could he feel it pounding like McConaughey on a pair of bongos? Did she want him to? Ultimately, a muscle popped in his cheek and he let her go, retreating to the opposite side of the island like last time, with his hands propped wide, dress sleeves rolled up to the elbows. Oh Lord, the forearms. There they were. In her 15 years of fantasizing about this man, she definitely neglected one of his best features. Going forward, she needed to do better. She opened her mouth to make a joke about Californians never being prepared for rain, but she stopped short, a flash of cold running up her arms. There on the marble counter sat the envelope containing the secret admirer letter. Very cute.
Am I juicy?
Very juicy.
Like,
Very cute.
I'm only wearing juicy couture from now on.
Okay. I can't with you.
With a whale tail?
Okay.
I would never wear that out in public.
Okay.
But does that look juicy?
Very juicy. There on the marble counter sat the envelope containing the secret admirer letter. No, both of them. They were in a neat stack, naturally, with a brass paperweight on top. Oh Lord, he'd gotten them, both letters, read them with his eyes and brain and forearms. They sat between them like an accusation. Was she too blindsided by her crush to realize she'd just walked into a confrontation? Her pulse picked up. She needed to figure out what was going on here, and fast. Okay, sorry, my throat just stopped working for a second. Okay. Is Natalie home? She asked, glancing towards the back of the house. No, on a date, I believe. Really? Good for her. In the rain and everything. Yes. He seemed to blink himself out of a trance. She met someone at the gas station of all places. I don't understand how that happens. I've never had a conversation with anyone whilst filling my tank, but she seems to have built in... What do my students call it? Tinder? Her sixth sense is locating single people. That's an enviable skill. His left eye twitched. You wish you were better at asking out men? Sure. Were they having the most ironic conversation possible, considering the letter sitting beneath the mallard? Or had he intentionally led them here in preparation for a secret admirer intervention? Don't you? She managed through her dry throat. Wish you were better at coming right out and telling someone that you're interested? He considered her from across the island. Thunder boomed outside. Though she couldn't see the lightning that came a few moments later, she imagined it zigzagging across the sky, much like the veins in his forearms. My God, pull yourself together. I don't usually have a problem with that, he said, narrowing his eyes. There you have it, folks. Julian Voss didn't have any issues telling the opposite sex he was interested in. Was this a gentle letdown? Nice letters, but I'm into scholars who like to attend astronomy lectures instead of getting drunk and eating linguine. My problem mostly comes later in the acquaintance, he continued, when it's time to state my intentions. I worry they'll become attached when I have no intention of doing the same. Eek. I don't want to promise something and not deliver. That's worse than being Being what? I don't know, disconnected? He was beginning to look troubled. I tend to remain disconnected with people because it's easier to focus. On work, on keeping time. It's never bothered me until now. I never meant to become so unattached in all my relationships, only romantic ones. But my sister, I don't know what's going on with her, and he calmed himself with a hard headshake. Sorry, I shouldn't be bothering you with this. I don't mind. In fact, with his halting revelation still hanging in the air, she could barely stand the pressure in her chest. You're worried about Natalie? Yes, he answered succinctly. She's always been so good about taking care of herself. Coming home would be a last resort for her. Have you tried talking to her about it? After a moment, he shook his head, those bourbon eyes finding hers from across the island. What would you say to make her comfortable enough for that? It meant something that Julian was asking her this. The tentative manner in which he posed the question told her exactly how often he requested advice. Next to never. I would tell her you're glad she's here with you. Julian's spine straightened more than it already was. That's it? Yeah, Hallie nodded, folding her arms in front of her. But before you say it, make sure you mean it. She'll be able to tell the difference. His lips moved slightly as if repeating her advice to himself. This man. She'd been right about him, all along. He was heroic. Somewhere along the line, had he convinced himself of the opposite? It took all of her self-control not to cross the other side of the kitchen, go up on her tiptoes, and press their mouths together. But would that be unethical now? He was opening up to her without knowing she'd written him those letters. Letters he'd obviously read and kept. His gaze shifted down to the letters briefly, then away. Someone recently asked me how I felt about my solitude. They said, there's so much space to think, to consider where I've been and where I'm going. I wonder if I'm who I'm meant to be, or if I'm just too distracted to keep evolving. Not him memorizing word for word. Jesus, I don't think I memorized anything word for word like that. A wild rush of butterflies carried through Hallie, winging up into her shoulders and throat. Did he just quote her letter from memory? That made sense to me. Oh dear, this wasn't an intervention. He'd read the letters and liked them. They'd resonated with him. Hallie's first reaction to that was a burst of joy and relief. This distant bond she'd always felt with Julian, maybe it wasn't a figment of her imagination after all. That makes sense to me, too. Hallie rasped into the kitchen, the sound of rain almost drowning her out. Wait, now she was having a full conversation with him about the contents of her letter? That wasn't good. She never intended this, and she needed to come clean right now. Lately, I've been wondering if I'm so trapped inside this need for structure that I'd cease to have any meaning at all, Julian said, looking just beyond her shoulder. I haven't used minutes or hours or anything besides my job, and does that mean I've essentially wasted some, if not all of it? His attention fell to the note. Maybe I haven't evolved, as this person says. Maybe I've been too distracted to grow, when I thought I was being so productive. She related to that so hard, she almost reached across the island for a high five. Sort of like... What the heck? What the helly? What the helly? Sort of like... As you get older, you start taking on a myriad of responsibilities that make you an adult. But really, they're just distracting you from the things that matter, and then you misspent your time, but there's no way to get it back. Exactly. When your colleague had his breakdown, you started to wonder about this? Almost immediately. He should have been somewhere else, a healthier place for him, with his family. And then I thought, is this where I'm supposed to be? He tucked his tongue against the inside of his cheek. He examined her. Do you ever lose sleep wondering if you're in the wrong place or timeline? You have no idea. Sure, she whispered, wondering if he could read her mind. Maybe he could. After all, there was something magical charged in the air in the moment, in the dark kitchen with a thunderstorm rioting outside. Standing with this staid and private man, while he confessed his inner turmoil, staid. S-T-A-I-D. Somebody look that up and tell me what it means. Cuppy's almost empty. I'm gonna have to pee soon. Let's see. We're halfway there. Halfway there. People gonna tell me from everywhere. Okay. It's almost there, but shh. Okay, where are we? Okay. Rainstorm, thunderstorm. standing with this sad and private man while he confessed his inner turmoil. There was nothing she could do to stop herself from leaning into the intimacy, going after it with both hands, not even her conscience, apparently. The first 14 years of my life I was on the road with my mother. We were never in the same place longer than a week. My mom, she's kind of this beautiful chameleon. She likes to say midnight transforms her into a black canvas, like Cinderella and the Pumpkin. She became whatever her current love interest wanted. If she changed bands, went from soul to country, she'd go from a lounge act to a cowgirl. She evolved constantly, and she took me with her on the road and on these makeovers. She redesigned me over and over. I was punk, I was girly, an artist. She kind of impressed these different identities on me, and now sometimes I don't know if this is the right one, if this is actually me. It felt right when my grandmother was here. Julian's gaze dipped to her multitude of necklaces. None of them made sense together, but she could never decide which ones to wear. Throwing them all on got her out of the house and away from the mirror fastest. The simple act of picking a piece of jewelry or restricting flowers to certain beds of soil felt like major decisions. So she flaunted them, committing to everything and thus to nothing. Anyway, she said quickly, for what it's worth, I think you're in the right timeline. You were there to help your colleague in a moment of need, and it propelled you here at the same time as your sister, who also needs help. Not to mention the vineyard. That can't be an accident. A smile stretched her lips. If you weren't in this timeline, who would the perpetually late unsystematic gardener be driving crazy these days? For some reason that drew his brows together, and he started around the island toward Hallie. Her breath came out in a short burst, and she couldn't seem to replace the expelled oxygen. Not with Julian looking at her like that. His jaw locked, each step purposeful, his gorgeous features arranged in a near scowl. He reached the closest corner of the island and turned. Continued. Then, oh Lord, he moved in close enough to Hallie that her head tipped back automatically to maintain their searing eye contact. I don't like being driven crazy, Hallie. I sort of noticed. He propped his hands on either side of her on the island, stepped closer, enough that his body heat warmed her breast, his jagged exhale stirring her hair. I also spent a lot of time wondering who else you're driving crazy. Hallie melted back against the island. In theory, she wasn't a woman who found jealousy attractive. At least she didn't think so. No one had ever displayed envy where she was concerned. That she knew about anyway. Still, she shouldn't like it. She also shouldn't like the smell of gasoline or cold pizza crust dipped in barbecue sauce, but explained the word shouldn't to her taste buds. Explained shouldn't to the hormones that went absolutely wild at the knowledge that he'd spent his precious moments and minutes and hours thinking about where she was. And with whom. You can like it, just don't reward him for it. Keep wondering, I guess. His right eyebrow went up so fast it nearly made a whooshing sound. Keep wondering? A blast of lightning briefly turned the kitchen white. That's what you're giving me? When he didn't continue, she prompted him. What's wrong? Several seconds passed. His chest started to move faster, up and down, his head ticking slightly to the right. Recognition slowly registered in his eyes, and he cursed slow and sharp under his breath. Your hair wasn't curly back then. Give me 1 sec. I gotta pee. But y'all won't know. It'll be a blink. Boo. Fee. Blast. Fast as fast as fast. Okay. What was he talking about? She had no idea, although her pulse was beginning to zigzag, as if it knew something was coming. Back when? That's how we know each other. He eagerly traced her features with his gaze. We went for a walk together in the vineyard, the night my sister threw that party. Are we finally going to get the lore? She blinked rapidly, pulse kicking into an even faster gallop. Wait, you remember? Julian nodded slowly, perusing Hallie as if seeing her for the first time. This decade, at least. My friend straightened my hair that night. She thought it made me look older. A corner of her lips jumped. It fooled you. Until I fessed up to being in your sister's grade. Right. His mouth opened and closed. I thought you had to be from a different school. I never saw you in the halls after that, anywhere. My mother took me back on the road. God, she sounded like she'd been running on a hamster wheel. It wasn't until you left for college that I settled into St. Helena permanently with my grandmother. I see. A shadow crossed his face. I'm sorry I didn't remember. My sister threw that party without permission, without planning or telling me first. I tend to... What? This appeared hard for him to say out loud. I've been known to check out after I lose control of a situation. It makes my memory spotty. Not to mention the alcohol I drank. Talk about a cop-out. Knowing what she did about him now, that made sense. Though she suspected there was much more elaborate explanation behind checked out. You are forgiven. A handful of heavy seconds tick by. Am I? Slowly he crowded her closer to the island, their chests pressing together, her head tipping back, rain pounding the windows. I'd like to be 100% sure that you don't hold my cloudy memory against me. His breath stirred her hair. I want to feel you forgive me. I want to taste it in your mouth. Mother Mary, he had a way with words. Maybe that's a good idea, she managed, legs almost losing strength completely, for the sake of closure and all. Right, he rasped. Closure. And then his fingers were sliding into her hair. He rubbed her curls between the pads of his thumb and index finger, as if fascinated. His warm breath accelerated so close to her mouth, and it was a heady thing, their inhales and exhales matching, quickening, their gazes linking, holding. His was glazed, heavy. He looked at her mouth as though it would anchor him in a storm, and he went for it desperately. Hallie's lower back flattened against the island, and he quickly moved with her, rubbing his thumb against her cheek, as if apologizing for coming on so strong. But he didn't seem capable of slowing down either. He took rough pulls of her mouth, tilting her head sideways and taking deep tastes. Thorough and savoring. My God. Okay. Their tongues plunged and collided, causing her to whimper and Julian to groan, and that sound raced in her blood like rocket fuel. In seconds, this had gotten completely out of control, and Hallie loved being punted straight out of reality. Craved the unpredictability of his mouth and the unexpected courses taken by his hands. His right one left her curls to scrub down her spine, just like he'd done in the vineyard 15 years earlier, but now the man gripped fabric and pulled her body closer. Their bodies just kind of melted, like liquefied metal being poured into a mold. Curves fit into peaks, muscles flecked against softness. I like it when you're standing in one place, he growled. Wait. Breaking the kiss so they could suck down heavy pulls of air when he holds still. Don't get used to it, she whispered breathily. No? His mouth opened on her hairline. Would you like me to unzip these shorts so you can move better, Hallie? She found herself nodding before he even finished posing the question. At the mere suggestion they get rid of the denim barrier between them, her shorts became unbearable. An offense. Looking her right in the eye, he lowered her zipper and shoved them down her hips, a whoosh, followed by the material hitting the floor, the buttons making a metallic clink. After several breaths lost among the thunder, his hands curled around Hallie's wrist, guiding her own hand to her upper thigh, higher until her fingertips almost met her panties. Sensations bombarded her. Julian's rain and spice scent, his quickening breath near her ear, the shape of his dress shirt onto the cotton of hers. When his chest shifted to one side then the other, it rubbed her nipples to life and electricity snapped out in her limbs. If you can't hold still, he brought her fingertips another inch higher, and flushed with her sex, her wetness evident through the material of her panties. Make it count. The ground rippled beneath her feet. You want me to? Touch yourself, yes. His open mouth raked over her ear. It's only fair since I've been fucking my hand on a regular basis since you started working outside my window. Was this real life? How many times had she brought herself to orgasm while thinking about this man? Having him not only watch, but order her to do it to make her knees shake. Sensory overload. She kind of wished she imagined this scenario better, or sooner. Wish she'd known long before now what it would feel like to have Julian slide a finger into the waistband of her panties and tug them down slowly to the tops of her thighs, exposing her sex to the storm-lit kitchen, then rebrace his hands on the island where he had her body pressed, waiting. Hallie bit her lip, fingers twitching, and that alone made him groan. Yes, this buttoned-up professor groaned even before she started tracing the damp seam of her flesh with her middle finger, raking that digit up and down until her folds parted organically, in need of more. She all but bloomed for him on a rush of wetness, her fingers gathering the moisture and spreading it over her clit, her gasp mingling with the sound of rumbling thunder. Fuck me, he muttered into her ear. You do this in your bed at home? Not a question, a statement. So she didn't answer. Couldn't. Her head fell back, neck strength depleted, fingers rubbing eagerly. Do you ever go to bed with those dirty knees? Okay. Do you ever go to bed with those dirty knees, Hallie? Do you climb onto the mattress face down and open those filthy knees wide in the sheets like you do on the front lawn? God, I'd fucking pay to see it. Holy mother of... The words this man gritted out like a modern-day barbarian into her ear were not what she expected. Not what she'd imagined him saying for years and years while feverishly writhing in her bed. In her fantasies, Julian usually told her she was beautiful, and that had been enough to bring her to climax. God, how boring. He was giving her dirty knees talk. He pulled down her underwear and asked her to masturbate in his kitchen. In the future, her spank bank was going to be lit. But she didn't want to consider the future right now. There's only this man's harsh pants in her ear, those intense eyes locked in the action of her fingers. Two of them now that speared wetly through her flesh to stimulate her clit, and really was beyond stimulated. That's one way to describe it. If she gave it 3 seconds of concentration, she could peak, no questions asked. Something else continued to circulate in her mind, though, preventing her from giving her pleasure full concentration. What he'd said. It's only fair since I've been fucking my hand on a regular basis since you started working outside my window. Okay, she'd fantasized about Julian going solo. Her imaginary sex life had been that boring. Would she ever get another chance to see it live? This storm, the hapstance of being in his front yard when it started to rain and having this forced intimacy. There was a high chance it would never occur again. Her desire to watch Julian touch himself was more than just a desperate need to satisfy her curiosity or gather fantasy fodder for the future. She felt a bone-deep welling of responsibility, of need, for him to find satisfaction, too. If he didn't come with her where she was going, it wouldn't be as fulfilling. You too, Hallie managed, moaning when his mouth stamped over hers. Not kissing, just magnetized, drawn instantly by the fact that she'd spoken. Please. A beat passed. Then, lips still clinging, he reached down and unfastened his belt, lowering his zipper. She saw none of it, but the metal zing alone was enough to make the muscles in her tummy tighten. Tummy? Using the word tummy at a time like this is kind of wild. But okay. Her bare toes curling on the floor. I had to put this on my schedule, right there on my notepad, beating off to Hallie. His tongue traced her bottom lip. I've already done it once today. You wrote those words down? She said, gasping when he nipped at her jaw. No, I just wrote your name. My cock knew what it meant. Okay. This man honestly might need therapy. Leaning back slightly, Julian looked Hallie right in the eye and reached into the opening of his pants, grunting through his teeth, eyelids drooping over the first stroke. And Hallie's orgasm blew in without warning, like a door flying open during a hurricane. She whimpered, legs turning to jelly, and very nearly dropped into a heap on the floor. But Julian moved fast, supporting her with his upper body, his mouth heating her neck while his hand never stopped moving. Hallie had never wished more fervently for better camera angles in her life, because she couldn't see the way Julian guided his erection up into the juncture of her thighs. Not touching her, just stroking himself faster into the opening between her legs, just above her tugged-down panties, their aroused parts never meeting. But she felt him everywhere, nonetheless. Jesus Christ, this is out of control, he rasped into her hair. I'm not in control. That's okay. Is it? She nodded, but he couldn't see the way she bobbed her head, not with his face buried in her neck. And then his free hand slid around to palm her backside, massaging it roughly in his hand, and her fingers turned slippery again. She began stroking her too sensitive flesh, because there was no help for it, no stopping. No easing the twist of those deep, deep knots growing more complicated beneath her belly button, twining and snaring and urging her fingers to increase their pace, their pressure. Oh God, oh God! Good, Hallie, he muttered thickly. Is that pussy going to give it up twice? Yes, she gasped. He pressed his mouth to her ear. God, the way you lost it when I wrapped my hand around my cock. I'll be thinking about it for years, decades. How many times do you need to be on the schedule per day? 3? 4? The swollen head of his arousal pressed flush to her mounds, and they both moaned, body jolting against his body, shaking. And when he ground himself there against her fingers, and in turn her clit, a second climax drew all of her muscles tight and then let them go rapidly, leaving pulsations in its wake. The throb of release. Jesus, you had to be so fucking sweet. Julian crushed her against the island, his muscles coiling, his big shoulder pressing to her open mouth, and he jerked, groaning as he left warm moisture on her inner thigh. 2, 3, 4 stripes of liquid heat, until he slumped against her, the sound of the storm roaring in the back along with the pounding of their hearts. For a long moment she could only stare off into space in utter wonder. Her first... Wait, what? I'm trying to remember, because I don't remember this. Her first sexual experience with a man beyond kissing and had been blown her preconceived notions out of the water. She'd been right to be picky. Even without a lot of experience, Hallie somehow knew not all men would turn her on like the Julian had just done. Nor would their pleasure make her own so much fuller. And yet, as breathless and exhilarated as she felt, there was something in the air, something stirring. Julian's hard body stiffened a little more with every passing minute, but he hadn't quite caught his breath. Not the way she had. And when he finally pulled away from her, it was more of a ripping apart than anything, like a band-aid being torn from skin. It took a piece of her along with it. She caught a flash of the thickly rooted flesh as he rearranged himself back in his pants, and then he paced to the other end of the kitchen, plowing a hand through his hair. Several seconds ticked by while he said nothing. It didn't take a genius to know he had immediate regrets. That's so fucked. Fucking men. For his hasty behavior, for letting his body make decisions for itself, for engaging something unplanned and spontaneous when that was something he never did. They agreed from the start that he was control and she was chaos, and he was obviously feeling the impact of that now, unable to look at her while fixing his clothes, that groove between his eyebrows deeper than ever before. Not only had she caused him to lose the control, she didn't cause him to do shit. First of all, he initiated it, and he's grown. And obviously, clearly he's been thinking about it, and it's something he does often on his own. Fucking making her feel like this. Not only had she caused him to lose control he needed so bad, she discussed the letters with him. Openly, as if she hadn't written them. Sure, the fact that he was quoting from actual correspondence was never said out loud, but she'd known. She'd lied by omission, hadn't she? She was given every opportunity to stop, too, and she didn't take it. Even now, when she had the chance to confess, she couldn't bring herself to do it because he was visibly shaken by what they'd done. How would it help to tell him she was his secret admirer? I had to get home to walk the dog, she said, sidestepping to yank the shorts up her legs and buttoning them up with unsteady fingers. The next phase of planting shouldn't be for a few days. Next week, most likely. Hallie, his hard tone, propelled her towards the front door. I really have to go. Julian caught up with her at the door, curling a hand around her elbow and slowing her to stop. They faced each other in the darkness of the entryway. Listen to me for a second. His eyes went right to left as if searching for an explanation. I go from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds flat with you. I'm not used to it. Somehow, I go from having boundaries for everything to burning them down. Something about you brings me to the edge of my comfort zone. In the past, look, my experience going beyond that boundary hasn't been positive. I'm messing with your inner compass and you want to keep it pointed north. It's fine. I totally understand. It wasn't fine. He was ripping her heart out. Why did she say that? I really have to go. As she spoke, he started pinching the bridge of his nose between his thumb and index finger. God damn it. Maybe that was too honest. But that's my other problem around you, isn't it? I talk to you in ways I don't talk to anyone else. I'm glad you're honest with me, she said with a catch in her throat. How did he say the exact right thing with simultaneously breaking her in two? But sometimes the truth is just the truth and we have to accept it. We're too different. Julian dropped his hand away, bracing it on the door jamb. He shook his head as if to deny it, but didn't. How could he? Facts were facts. It's still raining pretty hard. You shouldn't drive. He started patting his pockets, coming up empty in an obvious search for his keys. Please let me get you home safely. She almost laughed like this wasn't awkward enough. Look, I can talk to my friend Owen about taking over the garden out front. I'll have no one but you. Hallie waited a beat for him to clarify that confusing statement, which seemed to indicate the opposite of what was happening here. A goodbye of sorts? But he added nothing to that stern denial of the confusing, complicated man. Not wanting to give Julian a chance to find his car keys, she spun on a heel and jogged out in the rain. Goodbye, Julian. I'll be fine. As much as she wanted to leave without looking back, her gaze was drawn to him while backing down the driveway. I'm sorry, he mouthed to her, and she replayed his silent apology over and over on the way home, deciding to accept it and move on. Which would be a lot more difficult now that he exceeded her expectations and her fantasies, both physically and emotionally, by about several hundred miles. Unfortunately, their differences have never been more obvious. I go from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds flat with you. I'm not used to it. Somehow I go from having boundaries for everything to burning them down. Something about you. Julian needed planning and predictability, and she bucked those qualities like a rodeo bull. And she couldn't, in good conscience, continue to play Julian's imaginary girlfriend now that she'd missed her opportunity to reveal herself as a secret admirer. It wouldn't be right. Even if she didn't have that much anarchy inside of her. Time to put this crush behind her once and for all, before she caused any more trouble. Okay, that's the end of chapter 10. It's a long chapter, but also a spicy chapter? Randomly? Because that really came out of fucking nowhere. Like, boy, what? Also, like, I get he's, like, got his inner turmoil, but that's not how you react, especially when he initiated it. Like, we all know that Hallie's not, like, the most put together in my favor, but he didn't mean to make her feel like that. So, boo Julian on this chapter. Also, I just think it's so funny that their first interaction is them just masturbating together in the same room. And not even really watching each other because they're like standing so close together. Also, there's no way she orgasmed that quickly. But anyways, to each their own. I don't know. That was chapter 10. So, I don't know how many more chapters we have to go. But I will try to be doing them more often. So you don't feel like this book is going on for years. Maybe I'll even do one tomorrow. If I have time. But reading really makes my throat dry. Especially with these fucking long-ass chapter ones. This one was very oddly intimate, but, like, not good enough. Like, I've read a lot of smut and a lot of scenes, and this one was just kind of like, eh. But also a little funny. Like, I know it should have been funny, but, like, this is probably why I'm single, because shit like that makes me laugh. But not like, oh, she said butt up, but, like, really, that's what you're saying? What?
I had this random lady like all my posts and message me, and it was weird.
Okay.
Look. Not this lady asking me to paint a mural on my face.
I just wouldn't even answer.
I'm not answering. I'm saying it's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. She's probably a bot or something.
It's still weird. Why does she like all my posts?
She thinks it's sexy, girl. I don't know. I don't know, girl. She thinks you're sexy.
I look like a cheetah.
Close the door. Anywho, that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you real soon. Bye now, my lovelies. Love ya. Miss ya. And here is my bookshelf tour. I'm going to show you each shelf. First, let me start with the top. Here, let me get... this is a full length. I can't really get the full length. I'm holding my phone in my hand. So this is the whole thing from the viewpoint. Don't mind my slippers. Okay, we're going to go shelf by shelf. So we have my lounge fly at the top. Some flowers and my little tink. Okay. This is the first one. My arms are getting tired already. This is all my Cheshire Cat pop toys and stuff. Then we have the Tiana shelf with all the little trinkets. I love trinkets, as you could tell. And my books, they're not organized in any sense of way, but just trying to get them all to fit. You know? Let's Leslie know during the filibuster. Strawberry and custard. Now, don't judge me. I don't have all of Throne of Glass yet. I only have some. And then these are all my historical fiction. There's 2 other stacks behind this stack. Look at Rue and my girl, Orange Blossom. And then the Briarwood candle. Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, now prepare to die. This is one of my favorite shelves. Julian Candle from Carval. Blood of Hercules. The Once Upon a Broken Heart ones. These covers or these sleeves or whatever from the author, especially from ordering them. This is not a book. This is, you open it, it's like has stuff inside. Morgan from Hakatar. These are all my special editions, except for obviously the Assistant. Special editions, I love them. Princess Bride is one of my faves, if you can't tell. Oh my gosh, strawberry with pupcake and custard. Another Briarwork. That's the other Caraval one. As you can tell, I love strawberry shortcake. This is my Alice in Wonderland pop toy shelf with all these books. This is the Ariel one with a lot of hardcovers. And then Secret Strawberry. I haven't read Fourth Wing, guys, yet, so leave me be. I still need to get the new one. Ooh. Angel Cake. And these are just like miscellaneous ones that couldn't fit anywhere else. I've reorganized this several times. But yeah. So that is my bookcase. Thanks for coming. Thanks for seeing this. I'll be adding it somehow in. We'll see how that works. See how it's connected and it can move. I love that. It makes me feel like an MC. But I don't know if you can see me or if it looks weird. Also, I just realized that I did this long ways. My other video's not long ways, so I don't know how that's going to work in adding this video. So, we'll see. Bye. Bye, my lovelies. Miss you. Love you. Bye.